everybody. I'm going to continue the hypnosis idea. What is hypnosis all about? And what do we do with hypnosis? What's the point of it? And why is it different than other therapies? We started going into the conversation of what it does. When we become hypnotized, we take away the focus from the reality around us. Just like when we go to sleep, we go into our dream mode and we start dreaming, and that becomes our reality. We start feeling the things that we dream. We could break out in a sweat, and we could start trembling, and we could wake up suddenly, and just like a dream, we just get fully engulfed in it. The same thing is going to be with hypnosis. We're taking the conscious side of the brain, we're putting it to sleep, and we're going into the subconscious part while we're up. So we're going through it. Yes, we still know what's going on around us. The deeper we get, the more distance we get from reality. Just like when someone's doing work and he's so involved in it, he just forgets. If somebody comes into the room, it's like a big shock. It's like, I can't, you're totally disconnected. That's how you are when you're deeply hypnotized. You're basically, your conscious side of your mind is asleep, and you're going into your subconscious. When someone goes to regular therapy, at first they have to learn how to trust the therapist. But once they do finally open up and they learn to trust, at that point is when they could start telling their conscious mind, relax, relax. We're going to go into the chamber of secrets, and we're going to start opening up. We're going to start taking things out of there. We're going to start opening them up slowly. And when you go to regular therapy, there's still a lot the conscious mind tells you. Hey, stay away. Don't do this. Let's not talk about it. Let's have small talk for a little bit. Let's ease into it and understand. Maybe there is still some shame within me that I don't want to talk about. Or maybe I don't trust them enough. Or what if they're going to smirk in a certain way? Or what if the time is getting late and because of that I don't feel like getting into this conversation, because I know at 55 minutes I get cut off. And we start getting these feelings of like maybe the conscious mind is still up because we never got hypnotized. We're not so comfortable and into the conversation. Sometimes you can have good therapy sessions where it's like when you get in there, everything shuts off. And such a therapy session is what a friendship should be like. That's how you should have conversations. You should be detached from things around you for the span of this time, because that's what we want. We want to reach conclusions. We want to see ourselves through. We don't want to be stuck in the problems that we came in beforehand. So when we get hypnotized, we forget about time. We take like a little shortcut into the subconscious, and everything from the outside just quiets down and goes away. We allow it to go to sleep. Let it sleep. Let it relax. Let it be calm. Breathe. Notice yourself traveling inward, going, all the way into this beautiful place in the mind where that becomes your reality right now, which is like a dream. You don't know what time it is. Time goes by. Sometimes you just go to sleep and you wake up, you're like, oh my gosh, that was 8 hours. I can't believe it. Next thing you know, it's just boom, like anesthesia. But when we get hypnotized, that's what we do. We shut everything down and we go into this side of the brain. And once we go in, we go into accomplish, as we spoke about. We go into see the programming that has made us become the person we are. See why do we have certain reactions to life, and what are we going to do in order to become a better person, be the best version, and let go of all the stress and problems that we've been dealing with in the past. How can we do that? Because the past weighs on us. Those things are deep. And when we start going into the reactions of our life, we have to understand that what is a reaction? Let me explain that quickly. Let's say I'm driving down a street and I see a kid coming out of his house holding a ball. I could already tell that this kid didn't make his hair today, and I have a feeling he's not perfect. He's not perfectly balanced. So he may be a little bit wild. So if his ball falls out of his hands, he's going to run after it in the street, because I already see that his shirt is untucked. So I know. So we have a reaction that the first few times we had to learn slowly to pay attention to it. But once we already made it into a system, into our mind, this is what we see. From now on, every time you drive down a street, you'll have an automatic reaction to react a certain way in such a situation, where you're going to go and slow down and take it easy and pay attention, maybe give a double honk if you see that actually your thesis came true. So that's what reactions are. But why did we create this reaction in the first place? Because we believe something. We know that if we give caution in such an area, we could save ourselves from a travesty, from a tragedy. Something bad could happen. So we believe that we want to be somewhere far from anything bad. So that means we have a certain belief system, and that belief system guides us to making certain choices and setting certain reactions. Okay, am I getting a little too complicated over here? I'm going to say it very quickly in better words so you can understand it. Basically, we have a belief system that we want only good in our life. We don't want any bad. And because of that, we go out into the world and we try to prevent bad things from happening. And we try to make good things happen. So we create a system within ourselves to stay away from harm and get ourselves closer to good. That's just the natural way of life. And the reactions that we create are there to protect us and serve us. And sometimes we create reactions that are not protecting us and are not serving us. So the question is, why did our belief system go and create such a reaction? Why do I believe that this does protect me? Why do I believe that anger serves me well? It doesn't, and it doesn't protect me either. So why do I keep on getting angry? Why do I keep getting sad? Why do I keep getting stressed? Why is this how my body reacts? Why am I continuously being driven into this depression? This is not what I want. This is not the life that I want. So why is my belief system so messed up? So that's where we go in when we become hypnotized. We'll take you into your belief system. The belief system is made out of a whole bunch of memories. It's made out of a whole bunch of thoughts and a whole bunch of knowledge that we know. And the things that we saw and the things that we experienced, they guide us through. They build our belief system. And we grow up by parents, and they try to teach us a certain religion or a certain way of life. And we grow up in societies and communities between other people that live a certain way, and we start believing according to them. The way we were raised, the circle of people, the way they believe, usually we start adapting to them because we want to be like them. And if they're bad, we learn what not to be, right? We learn from both sides. We learn and we create our belief system. But then there are also things that shape our belief system, which is our personal experiences and the things that helped us get out of it. If I did something and that thing, if I reacted a certain way to a fight and I punched somebody, and I won, that person never hurt me again, that's going to become a belief within me saying, hey, do that again and you'll stay on top. Do that again and you'll continue being the winner, being the victorious in every situation. So, yeah, we create certain reactions, sometimes under true belief and sometimes under false beliefs. And if you want to go a little bit Jewish over here, false belief is not very far from worshiping someone beyond someone except Hashem, because Hashem is only one, and there's no one else to serve. So that's that. Once we get into the belief system and we start digging in and seeing what is real good, what am I trying to do in this world? Why do I want good and why don't I want bad? How do I measure good and bad? And that's when we start seeing that there's a belief system, which means true belief, and we want to be attached to true belief. And that's when we get to understanding Hashem. So it's like a couple of steps and some nice hard days of a lot of work that we have to put into ourselves, but it's definitely worth it. We work through those parts, and there are different modalities, as we spoke about, as we will speak about, different modalities that help us go through this knowledge, help us go through the idea of what it means letting go of the past. And that takes time, because we went through things that took up some of our time, and while the story happened, and the pain that it caused afterwards, and we need time to heal for that. But don't get stuck in the healing, because that's not our goal. Our goal is to live with a true belief 100% wherever we go. We want to choose right from wrong every single time. We don't want to fall into traps anymore. So that's what we're trying to do. And if you are a person who wants to change your life and become a better person and really be the best version of yourself, just start thinking, start looking for the good everywhere, keep away from bad, do the right thing, Sur Meira Vasei Toiv. And that's my piece for you. And I hope you learned something. I hope this gives you some insight. And we'll continue this series, and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, I'm a hypnotherapist, by the way. You could reach me at LemmerHypno@gmail.com, and you could pick up my book, Who Am I?, which is a beautiful, beautiful book on this topic, and how to become a better person and letting go of the past and getting to know your belief system. It's called Who Am I? It's on Amazon. David Lemmer. I appreciate your time, and hope you learned something. Have a good time. Have a good day.